Titanic grossed over $2 billion at the box office and left an ocean liner-sized mark on the culture. Those old enough to remember its release nearly 28 years ago to the day will recall that it was all the rage, an unavoidable sensation. Yet most fans of the movie are likely unaware that the 1912 tragedy was not the deadliest naval disaster of all time, and it's not even close. With a special emphasis on historical context, we recount 3 ocean vessel incidents, each of which took a higher toll in human lives. Many thanks to our new subscribers. If you like the material, I have a whole library of similar videos on my channel. Please hit the like button and share, and if you'd like to support my work, there's a link down below where you can buy me a coffee. Now back to the story. Before we explore the 3 worst ship calamities, let's also mention what may be the second most commonly known one, the sinking of the Lusitania. In May of 1915, a German submarine fired a torpedo at the Lusitania and sank it. The death count was 1,198. For reference, the Titanic tragedy claimed the lives of 1,503. The 3 incidents we'll discuss took place within 3 months of each other near the end of the Second World War. A soon-to-be defeated Germany was invaded by the Soviet Union, whose army began committing unspeakable atrocities against the German civilians. The details can't be mentioned, but you can read about them in this book, The Black Book of Communism. News of the Soviet terror leaked to the other parts of Germany, spurring a mass exodus. Thousands of Germans in the eastern zone fled west to avoid capture by the approaching Soviets. Many boarded boats in eastern Germany for passage to the west in a mass evacuation organized by the government. The Wilhelm Gustloff was a luxury liner used in the Strength Through Joy program, which provided affordable vacations to German workers. The government repurposed the liner for refugee transport, even overloading it by 2 to 3 times its normal number of passengers to allow more people to escape the Soviet terror. But instead, that terror caught up to them in the form of torpedoes fired from a Russian submarine. The Gustloff sank in a little over an hour, and estimates of the number of deaths range from 5,700 to 7,000. The next disaster occurred less than 2 weeks later and in a spot near the Gustloff incident. The same Soviet submarine again fired torpedoes, this time hitting the General Steuben, a ship carrying wounded German soldiers and refugees. Roughly 3,500 died in this 3rd worst naval disaster in history. Lastly and most deadly was the Soviet attack on the German ship Goya in mid-April of 1945. Again, the weapon was a torpedo fired from a Soviet submarine. The Goya sank within 4 minutes. Nearly 7,000 died, making this the worst naval calamity in history. At the time of this senseless murder of thousands of civilians and wounded soldiers, Germany was close to surrendering, and these attacks did not advance the military objectives of the Soviets. But far be it from us to question the motives of the valiant Allies, for that might also prompt us to wonder why a non-military target like Dresden would be so mercilessly firebombed over 2 nights in February 1945. Incinerating tens of thousands of civilians. However, if a re-evaluation of the good war myth appeals to you, check out a book called Human Smoke by Nicholson Baker. If you like this video, I have many similar ones on my channel. You can watch one now by selecting it on the screen. Please like, comment, and subscribe to keep this content coming your way.